Hello, this is Lady Boule, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. A few weeks ago, someone asked me to do a video on Rihanna, and I have been working on that. I have to say up front that it's hard to really do a comprehensive study of Rihanna because her story is still being written. She's only 34 years old, but she has been in the public's eye for a long time, and she is quite an impressive young lady, outstanding. She is one of the most famous women, one of the most successful entertainers in the world. And she's not just an entertainer. She's a producer, a model, entrepreneur, dancer, fashion designer, and anything else that she wants to be. She is quite something. The irony here is that I was in the middle of doing this video when the incident arose about her partner, A$AP Rocky, the rapper, in the situation in Los Angeles in which he was arrested. So what I'm going to do is insert this to let you know that I do know what happened. I'm going to continue with the video the way I was going with it, and then I will insert that part on the end, which is when I was going to talk about her personal relationship. She is an island girl born in the Caribbean island of Barbados in 1988, and it shows. It shows in her style, in her personality, and in her confidence. And that says a lot. Sometimes in the United States, I don't think we understand what it means to be in a country, to be brought up in a country where all of the leaders and the people in power are black. That means that you don't have some other race of people shaping your image of the world and of yourself. And so I think that gives her personality more volume. I think it helps her to be more confident in the world. She doesn't seem to really care a lot about what other people think. And that is so important because in America, you've always got to be looking around to see what somebody else thinks because they can ruin your career. And she clearly loves her country and they love her, and she represents them well. And so I think she has the sense that I can go back to Barbados and be happy. So I don't need your approval. I think that makes a difference in how she moves in the world. And I really do admire the way she carries herself. I like the agency that she has over herself. She seems to like the people that she likes. And then she seems to keep her own counsel. Those are the things that I like about her on the front end. So that's what I can just say about her off the bat on the front end. It's very obvious that she's close to her family and her country. So those are things that would make her outstanding to me, even if she didn't ever do anything else. But she has done quite a bit else. She took a spice storm as a very young woman. In 2005, she came to the United States and released her first album. It was a success. All of her albums have been successful, and that says a lot within itself. But in 2007, she released Good Girl Gone Bad, and that was sort of her blockbuster album where she gained global recognition. And there has been a meteoric rise of her since then in music, but also in fashion and in business. Rihanna has been so successful in business that music is almost an afterthought for her, even though she has been very, very successful in her musical career. A thing about Rihanna that sets her apart from other musicians is that she has been able to diversify her gifts. She is a gifted singer. She's a beautiful voice, but she also has great business savvy, and she has taken advantage of her opportunities. And this is where I believe that other artists could learn from her. Rihanna has carried herself with dignity. Now, she's gotten into some trouble with some of those lyrics in her songs and some of her shows. She's got some pushback from some of that, but she has not been trademarked by using a lot of vulgarity, a lot of twerking. Even though she's a sexy woman, she has not made it her trademark to be lewd or, as I said, vulgar or obscene and just saying anything all the time and letting that become her brand. Her brand is her beauty, her sense of fashion, her music, and her national pride from her country. I think that's a part of her brand. She has been very smart in marketing herself as a sophisticated woman, and I'm talking about sophisticated from a Caribbean standpoint and not from an Anglo-American standpoint. She's not frou-frou type. She's got a ghetto streak. She has a I say it what I say it streak in her, and we like that. But she also is able to present herself as a classy lady. She was born Robin Rihanna Fenty in St. Michael, Barbados on February 20th of 1988. Her father is Ronald Fenty and her mother is Monica Braithwaite. She has 2 brothers and 3 half-brothers. She had an early interest in music, had started a girls group, and was singing her heart out in Barbados, evidently. The American music producer, Evan Rogers, was vacationing in Barbados when one of her family members arranged for her to sing for him. He liked her voice, he saw her talent, arranged for her to come to the United States, and the rest is history. Music is Rihanna's foundation, and she has been a workaholic. She has released 9 studio albums. She's been nominated for 33 Grammys. She's won 9. She's also won 14 Billboard Music Awards, 6 BET Awards, and 2 Brit Awards. And she's won many more awards. She's had very successful tours, and she's had hit record after hit record. So this Caribbean queen has earned her throne. In addition to being very talented, Rihanna is also very beautiful. And being a beautiful and talented young woman in the music industry, it is only natural that very successful musicians would be attracted to her. When she began dating Chris Brown, I think everybody thought, okay, that's a good match. 2 young, very attractive, and very talented people getting together. It looked like a good look. Unfortunately, it was not a good look for her. It was during that relationship that we realized that Chris Brown was a degenerate. In 2009, she was supposed to perform at the Grammy Awards, but had to cancel because she had been physically assaulted by Chris Brown. When pictures were leaked of her face, and the injuries that she had sustained from him, the public was enraged. It looked like he had fought her like she was a man. Rihanna was very young at the time, and she could have played the victim, and she could have gone on a tour of woe is me, and this is what he did to me, but she chose not to do that. She took the stiff upper lip approach. I believe she went home to spend time with her family in Barbados and heal, and maybe she was planning the strategy for the next phase of her life. And now we barely remember that Chris Brown was ever in her life. He has gone on to do more degenerate things, and she has gone on to build a very impressive and very successful empire for herself. So she has proven that she is a lady of fortitude, of strength, and a lady who knows how to get on with her life. As of September 2018, she had sold over 250 million records worldwide, making her one of the best-selling music artists of all time. Rihanna has diversified her business ventures to include a number of endorsements and collaborations. Her business ventures are deep and way too many to list here, but her established foundations are Clara Lionel Foundation, Fenty Beauty, and Fenty. So she's using her father's name to establish her brand. Rihanna is a generous philanthropist and has shown her concern for human need in many ways. In March of 2020, she donated $5 million to COVID-19 relief and followed that up with additional donations of personal protective equipment to the state of New York. She donated $2,100,000 to provide support and resources to individuals and children suffering from domestic violence during the COVID lockdown. One of the most impressive things is that the Clara Lionel Foundation, which she founded in 2012, is in honor of her grandparents, Clara and Lionel Braithwaite. This program includes the Clara Braithwaite Center for Oncology and Nuclear Medicine at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Barbados. And she gives to many, many worthy causes. She's really an impressive and generous philanthropist. In 2017, she launched Fenty Beauty. It included an array of products that we need to affect that polished look that we all love, including foundations, highlighters, bronzers, blush, blotting sheets, lip glosses, all of it. But what she was applauded for was offering a diverse range of skin colors. She offered more than those 3 shades that cosmetics companies usually offer to black women. As an African-descended woman, she realized that women in the African diaspora have just about every skin tone you can have, and she accounted for that in her beauty line, and that revolutionized the beauty industry in that she's the only one that's going to have this wide range of colors to accommodate all of these skin tones. Then she's going to make the most money. So she deserves to be applauded for that. Rihanna enjoys global popularity. She has a very large fan base, including African Americans. However, she did make one misstep with some African Americans during Martin Luther King celebration this year, in which she posted on her Twitter page a picture of Dr. Martin Luther King with a gold grill in his mouth. That angered many African Americans because Dr. King was not a thug, he was not a rapper or a gangster. He was a Baptist minister, a civil rights activist, and a politician. But I think many understood what she was doing, and that's just something that we have to convey to people, that we don't really play with Dr. Martin Luther King's image. Rihanna can be salty in her language. She's outspoken. She's got spunk. And occasionally she'll just tell somebody what she really thinks. In 2013, I think it was, when she was doing a concert in Los Angeles, Kendall Jenner tweeted that if she didn't sing the song Complicated, she was going to be very upset. And Rihanna tweeted back, well, don't come. And I think that we all kind of found that funny. But she's outspoken and she's our girl. In 2020, Rihanna received an NAACP Image Award. In her speech, she challenged the non-black friends of black entertainers to pull up. This was a charge for them to get involved in social justice issues, such as George Floyd, who was murdered in broad open daylight for some frivolous thing. So she said, pull up, get involved. I think she surprised the public with her passion and with the emotions that she evoked, because she seemed very sincere. So once again, she showed her commitment to humanitarian causes and social justice, and her speech was well received. No biographical sketch of Rihanna would be complete without talking about her influence in fashion. She is both an influencer and creator in the fashion industry. Her style is eclectic, edgy, and original. She is the biggest celebrity influencer in fashion. The dress on the screen was worn on the runway, and I think we can agree that the model didn't do anything for the dress, and the dress didn't do anything for her. It was considered ugly until Rihanna got a hold to it, and she brought her own flair and swagger to the dress, and the dress turned out to have a fashionable, grungy look that only Rihanna could pull off. But my favorite look, and the one that just blew everybody away, was that yellow dress that she wore to the 2015 Met Gala. That dress was and is everything. I don't think anybody has topped that dress before or since. Just for the drama of the dress, the beauty, and the person, the carriage, the way she carried it off. It was just exquisite. I love that dress so much till I'm just going to give it a moment. I'm just going to give that dress its moment. And so Rihanna has earned the respect of the world through hard work, through discipline, through sacrifice, and by what we call in the South, good, hard, common sense. She is worth $1.7 billion, and this money was made through her work, through her music, her touring, her business ventures, and her endorsements. She is the second richest female singer in the world. So this, as I said before, this queen has earned her throne. Now, I would be happy if I could just end this video here, but since I'm speaking about her, recent events require me to speak on them. She has found love with someone that she's known for many years. They started out as friends, and they discovered their love for each other. They're expecting their first child soon, I believe. His given name is Rakim Mayers, but he's known professionally as A$AP Rocky. He is a rapper. He has his own career and his own money. The haters have pointed out that well, she has more money than he does. Well, it doesn't matter. According to sources that gather this kind of information, he's worth millions of dollars. So that's enough to take care of himself and family. But the devil is busy, and when it comes to black celebrity couples, there seems to be a special demonic spirit operating to try to break them up. And that has happened over and over again with black couples. And it's usually black people that's doing the damage. Unfortunately, a few weeks ago, a black man named Pasano, and I think he's based in France, he's not even American, put out that they had broken up because he had cheated. And that turned out to be a lie. And they went off to Barbados to meet his grandmother. A$AP Rocky's father is Barbadian or Bajan, or however they say it. And so his grandmother apparently still lives in Barbados. And so they went off to meet his grandmother. Now that's a powerful statement. When a man takes his wife-to-be or fiance to meet his family, especially the grandma, that's a serious relationship. So they made a statement without saying anything. When they came back, he was arrested for some kind of incident that happened back in November 2021. Now, we don't know the circumstances surrounding that. We just know that it is said that he was in an altercation and someone ended up getting shot. And it's not the first time he's been involved in an altercation. He was in a big problem before the pandemic in Sweden, where he and some friends, I guess his bodyguards, beat up some guys who were bothering them. Those guys were bothering him based on what we saw on tape. And the incident in November, we don't know yet, so we'll have to wait and see. But according to sources, his associates told on him that he had done something, and so he's probably going to end up being his word against theirs. Still, she seems to be standing by him. And they were at a baby shower since he's been released on his own bond. And that says something within itself. Whenever you can post a $550,000 bond, that says that, number one, you have the money. And number two, the crime is not so great that they think you're going to be a security risk that you're going to run off to some other place. So it is entirely possible that this will be resolved without him going to jail for the next 15 or 20 years. And I will add this. A$AP Rocky does get into stuff. He's 33 years old, so he's still a young man, and I think he was brought up in a large city, inner city, so that's how they get down, I guess. But what I will say about him is he fights men. For me, the deal breaker would have been if he had been fighting her. So as long as he's fighting men, you can deal with that. And so I would give him the benefit of the doubt until they show us that he was just out there wilding out and gangbanging. I started out entitling this video, Rihanna sitting on top of the world. And then things started happening. And I backed up and said, wait a minute, maybe that's not a good title. But upon reflection, I think it's an excellent title. Rihanna, in all of her grandness, is sitting on top of the world. Her story is still being written, and the best just might be yet to come. I am wishing them the very best in their professional lives and also in their personal life with their child and whatever children that they have in the future. I really, really wish this couple the best. I also want to thank the viewer or subscriber that suggested I do this video. I hope you're pleased. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video, and as always, have a great day.